Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. Gonna tell you why I think the altcoin basic run basically has to happen. I know some of you are looking at Bitcoin and altcoins not rising and wondering, man, is it really gonna rise this time? I think a lot of people were asking that in 2017 as well, and if they just waited for a couple more months, it would actually affect altcoins. You see Ethereum already rising some of the other altcoins rising some as well. And I think it does have to rise, and it does have to rise because of people's greed. There's people are talking about extreme greed now for Bitcoin. Now, do you think those people are going to be satisfied with just Bitcoin gains? Because let's be honest, I think Bitcoin gains are going to top out at maybe 3x or so, maybe like around 50, 60,000, 3, 4x at most. I don't think those people are going to be satisfied with those kind of gains. So what's next after that? They're obviously going to go to other investments. And if you think people have learned since 2018 or 2017, I suggest you look at what happened to DeFi. I mean, people were willing to dump like literally tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars to completely unaudited crap projects. Just because like Andre Cronje was on it. The guy who, let me remind you, was shown to basically do test smart contracts in production and cost people millions of dollars. When he came with a new project that was completely unaudited, people dumped a ton of money into it. So I think DeFi proves that no, people have not changed since 2018. They are degenerate as ever and probably even more degenerate. So now this is the DeFi things kind of cooled down. And if we have another pump and it tops out at 3 or 4x, I do think people are going to look for retail investors are going to look for other projects to make money. And that's why altcoins have to start. It's because of the greed. It's all because of the greed. If there's one thing that you can depend on in humans, it's that innate greed, the insane overarching greed that will actually drive people. They don't really care, like what the risks are. When they see dollar signs, their whole sense of logic just goes haywire. So that's basically why the altcoin run actually has to happen. And which altcoins will benefit? That's very much hard to tell. I think it'll be the altcoins with a lot of news coming out at the time, a lot of the big partnerships coming out at the time, and people are going to be looking outside of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and like the top five to get bigger returns. Because like those five will probably rise, like the top couple will probably rise first, and people might get like 5x out of them, 6x. But after that, people are going to be looking for 50, 100x, and you're just not going to get those kind of numbers from like the top 3 or 4 or 5 coins. They're already so big already. It's going to take an insane amount of money to pump them up that much. They're going to start looking at, number 10 and below, number 20 and below. And that's when some of these new projects are definitely going to come up. Well, not new projects, but some of the smaller projects are going to come up. It's people's overarching greed, which is always a dependable thing that will actually basically force them. Well, they won't force them, but it will basically push them to make investments in all of these projects. Now, some of the projects are going to be crap and they're just going to pump it up anyways. They'll make Telegram groups and stuff and pump it up. Other projects will be solid projects and they'll be pumped up as well. So when is the timeline for this? Well, Bitcoin, this pump is happening much quicker than I thought. We're already at almost 16,500. We're only 3,000 away from the all-time high, 3,500 away from like that mental barrier of 20K. I do expect somewhat of a pullback when we actually get to 20K, but I would say like by the end of this year, there is a very good chance if this continues that we'll push back 20K. Now, obviously, because of all the presidential uncertainty and like the COVID uncertainty, there is a very, very, very good chance that it actually basically pulls back first, and then we'll probably be stuck below 20K for quite a few months. But I think there's also a good chance that, like the institutional money coming in will actually spur it past 20K. And when we get past 20K, it'll probably rise to 25 or 30. And at that point, like some people might be looking at getting some of the altcoins. So if we go straight to 20K by the end of the year, I think like the alt run will actually probably happen like around maybe February of next year, which is much, much earlier than I had anticipated. But since, the fact that I already have all my altcoins anyways, I'm actually okay with that. So like look for that run. I'm almost certain it'll happen sometime next year at this point. Whether it's early or late next year, honestly, depends on if Bitcoin shrinks back or not first. Now, there are TAs saying that we have to like test 13,000 again. TA is basically an educated guess. It could be right, it could be wrong. And like it can't really predict certain turns in the market. So there is a good chance that we might not pull back again. So would I sell right now? No, I wouldn't sell right now. Would I buy more right now? Maybe I would DCA in. But realistically, like Bitcoin right now is probably going to rise for a couple thousand more dollars. And then because of the innate greed in humans, which is one of the most dependable things in humans, then all the altcoins basically have to rise because people will want to make money elsewhere. And I don't think everyone wants to jump back into DeFi and unaudited contracts. I'm sure DeFi will rise too, but some of these altcoins, especially like some of the stuff with NFTs, will definitely rise, and that'll be good for a lot of altcoins. So that is my thoughts for now. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.